Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
All right, we are back here on Bayou Time, and we got a big festival coming up, the Lafourche Arcs BBQ and Bourbon on the Bayou Festival. There you see it. It's coming. It's going to be a great thing to behold. We have some guests up here. Let's meet them if we can. We have Richard Boutery Jr. Good to see you, Richard. How are you?
Fine, Martin.
All right. And, of course, you're the
I'm
board
the
of
president.
directors. Yeah, you're the president of the board, right? All right. And then, of course, we have Wendy S.J., the executive director. She's so active in the community. Wendy,
Thank you.
good to see you.
Good to see you, and thank you for having us today.
Oh, anytime. And we got Ben Harang. I've been knowing Ben for a long time.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, vice president of the Lafourche Arc board of directors. He's probably on, I don't know, 50 boards or something along the way.
A few.
Yeah, y'all all so involved there in Thibodaux. And but once again, another year, another great festival. So let's start off with you, Richard. First of all, instead of just talking about the festival, where did the monies go for the festival, and what kind of good use do y'all put it to?
Well, Lafourche Arc serves, how many?
300 plus folks.
300 plus families for folks with special needs. And we've been doing that for over 60 years. We primarily are funded through contracts with the state to provide services to our clients. And so the money from the festival goes to help defray those costs. Several years ago, we found that the state reimbursement rate, the contract rate, had been cut and was not sufficient to provide what we do. Thank goodness we had been good stewards of our money, and we had some good reserves. And a lot of people didn't know what we did. We were pretty good secret for having over 400 employees. So we thought this festival would be a way to not only make a few dollars, but to provide awareness, to increase awareness and let people know what we do.
And have a little fun.
And have some fun. It's a lot of work, but have some fun.
I understand. And Wendy, of course, I think I first met Wendy when we were doing the big extravaganza at Thibodaux Family Church, and I was so involved in that. And that's just become a massive, great thing for the community, and Dwayne and Rachel Bland do. But let's talk about your job as executive director. Sometimes we look at the festivals and we see you smiling at all these events, but there's a lot of work to do to make sure the special needs community is taken care of.
So, Morton, it was a goal of ours to bridge our community with our Lafourche Arc family. And as you've seen the benefit of Night to Shine, last year Lafourche Arc celebrated its 60th anniversary. And so we wanted to come up with a concept that would do just that, bring all of our community partners and our Lafourche Arc family in one place at one time, and for it to be a celebration. And so here we are celebrating our 61st year with our barbecue and bourbon on the Bayou Festival. And again, the outpouring from our community partners, we can't do it without them. And it takes a village. So yes, you may see me, but there are so many other folks that represent Lafourche Arc, the hardworking employees of our organization, the volunteers, our board, they are volunteers, as well as so many other folks. Just like with Night to Shine, people who have a vested interest, because our entire community benefits. When we benefit everyone, we come together, and it's the benefit for all.
Ben, let me turn to you, because I was sold when Pastor Dwayne Bland brought me to his house one day and played me a special needs tape for Night to Shine. But I had a best friend who had a special needs child, so I got it. They didn't really have to sell me on that part. But as much as I should have known, I didn't know. Doesn't this help sort of bring to the forefront what it's all about and how much we should be helping as a community?
Well, part of like Wendy said, part of the reason for the festival is public awareness. Mm-hmm. I've been involved on the board since I think 2018, and one of my goals was to improve public awareness for the community of what Lafourche Arc does. Jimmy Peltier was one of the founding members of Lafourche Arc. He had 5 children, 4 had hydrocephalus. The oldest lives to 8 years old. And she was a year younger than I am. And I knew that, but I didn't know what Lafourche Arc did. I got involved, and it has become my passion to help Lafourche Arc succeed and prosper.
And just to watch their faces and for them to be recognized, and I'll come back to Richard to close this segment out. We have another one too, another segment after this. But Richard, when you see their expressions, it's sort of, it brings it to a level where you get it at that point.
Well, look, I've been getting it for 37 years. My son Matthew is now 37 years old, and he was born with Down syndrome. And before that, I had some awareness, but not a whole lot. I knew Lafourche Arc existed, and shortly after Matt was born, Ben's uncle, Dr. Jimmy Peltier, called me up and said, "I want you on my board," and that was the end of that. You didn't tell Dr. Jimmy no. And we have folks of all different capabilities. But what I've learned over those 37 years, Martin, is that they're all capable of being productive in some fashion. Mm-hmm. And they all have their human dignity. They love their jobs, whatever they may be. And my son Matthew works on a cleaning crew. He'll clean my office and several offices around town. We have a vending crew. They have different things. And believe me, when they get their paycheck, they are proud of that paycheck. Mm-hmm. They like to go to work. So, it's easy serving those folks because they're very appreciative of everything that anyone does for them. And
it makes them feel like they're a part of the community.
Absolutely. Right. And look, you're going to see them at the festival. They're going to be out there working.
They'll be working it, making sure they can get as much as they can get for the community. Let's do this. We'll take a break. We'll come right back with our guests. We're going to talk about the band lineups. We're privileged as a Cane Breakers to be able to play over there and have a little fun and bring some joy. But there's a lot more talent, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Don't go away. Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights. All right, welcome back. We have a big festival coming in Thibodaux. You're going to have to come and check it out. It's for a great cause. Once again, I want to introduce our panel again for the Lafourche Arc's Barbecue and Bourbon on the Bayou Festival. And once again, we have Richard Boutery Jr. He's president of the Lafourche Arc Board of Directors. And we have Miss Wendy S.J., executive director of the Lafourche Arc. And we have Mr. Ben Harang, vice president of Lafourche Arc Board of Directors. And Wendy, you got a lot of goodies in front on your table here, and I'm sort of curious what it's all about.
Yes, we do. Our festival this year, we have so many new elements, but we, of course, have our barbecue, Bourbon on the Bayou merchandise. We have shirts, we have some socks, we have hats. And this year, one of the new elements is we're going to have a raffle. And that raffle, we have a collection of 7 exclusive bourbons. The tickets are $20 for 1 or 5 tickets for $100. And if you buy the $100 packet, you also get Lafourche Arc's commemorative bottle of bourbon. So that's just one new element. We also have a live auction that's going to happen at 4:30 in the afternoon, right before the Cane Breakers come on. Mm-hmm. And we also have a silent auction platform, 32 auctions. You can go to Lafourche Shark's Facebook page or to our Barbecue and Bourbon on the Bayou Facebook page, where you can find and actually click on the link, and it'll take you directly to the silent auction platform where you can start bidding. Bidding started a couple of days ago. So
What
those
kind
are
of auction items do you have?
Well, we have a variety of items. Lafourche Shark has a commercial sign department, Signs Are Us, and we produced a number of signs that are going to be sold there. We have some items that have been donated to us, and also some items that came from our Unique Designs and Gifts boutique, where we employ people with and without disabilities.
Wow. And Ben, I know you've been in the community for a long time, as well as Richie, but isn't it good to see faces out there sort of getting in a little friendly competition for some of these items? Or, I know how it is in Houma, and I know how it is in Thibodaux. Sometimes you just have to outdo the other one a little bit, but all for a good cause, right?
It's all for a good cause. We this year we have the live auction. We have 10 or 12 items for a relatively small live auction, the online auction, and we have the raffle to increase revenue streams. Mm-hmm. So it's always fun and friendly to go back and forth in an auction, especially a live auction, where egos might be involved, and people might do something.
I can talk about Thibodaux people because I was born in Thibodaux, and all my cousins and all are still in Thibodaux. But Richard, any goals? Do y'all set goals as a board, like saying, okay, we want to make this amount of money, or we need to make this?
No. Look, we don't want to lose any money.
Right.
That's kind of the goal at that point. Again, the main goal of this is just to celebrate who we are, let people know who we are. If we make a few dollars, that's fine. We're not. We've never set a goal. I mean, of course, we're only 2 years old in doing this. Yeah. But our main goal is not to lose any money. We don't want to lose anything. We'd like for folks to come out, have a good time. Look, what's the general admission? $10?
$10 for the general admission.
$10, and you get to see all these bands, and I mean, it's a pretty good deal if you think about it. I mean, the firemen are free, but the firemen make a lot of money. So, But other music fests, they have a premium ticket. So we're just trying to not lose anything and have a good time.
And we're going to have some great eats.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the eats, and we got about 2 minutes left. You got some sponsors that are helping you along the way too, right?
Yes. We've our premier stage sponsor is the Creole Fishing Classic Rodeo. They came through for us, and we couldn't be more grateful. And of course, Rouse's Market, as well as Lynn's Furniture. Toby and Lynn Knocking have been tremendous supporters. And those are our larger sponsors of our event. But we have so many folks who have stepped up, who have made monetary sponsorship contributions, as well as are working behind the scenes, promoting the success of our event.
And I want to thank y'all for coming on. We got about a minute and a half left, but it's just so nice to see people, and I always say it like this. Y'all wouldn't need to get, y'all pretty well off, but it's good to see the people that don't need to be involved, that always get involved because their heart is in it. And your heart's got to be in it. I know you're firsthand in it, but you've grown with the community, haven't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And Ben always tells a story of his Uncle Jimmy voluntold him to be, and so we both trace our membership on the board to his uncle, and without people like Dr. Jimmy and Mr. Pete O'Neill and Mr. Richard Stevens and Mr. J.C. Plaisance, they were our founding backbone members.
Yeah.
And we attribute everything, our success, to them.
Well,
And
Quick rundown on the bands.
Okay.
We went local this year. Mm-hmm. We start off with the Tyron Benoit Band at 11 o'clock to open it. Then RKG, Roadkill Gumbo from Raceland, Louisiana. And then Snapper and the Fish Sticks, and then none other than a band called the Cane Breakers. I'm not sure who that is, but it's...
We're just going to have to wait and see. But we thank y'all for asking us to do that. But there you have it. Let's go. The Lafourche Sharks Barbecue and Bourbon on the Bayou Festival, Saturday, November 2nd, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come out, have a good time.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.